suppose it's a novel and unique idea that we've come up with, and I suppose it's what's involved in the 24-hour hurling match. So it's going to be a lot of impatient endeavours from our players to kind of see it through. Basically, we're playing a 24-hour hurling match, which is beginning on a Friday evening, the 22nd of June, from 6 p.m. until 6 p.m. the following Saturday evening. So there's a bunch of players, local Cloughbawn players, which are going to play right through the night and all through the next day. So that's basically what it is, and it's a Guinness Book of Records attempt. So there's the added attraction that we're trying to achieve something as well. So that's basically what it is.
Yeah. Now, MJ, is it actually being played out on a field, or are you indoors, or what way is it?
Yeah, Pat. I mean, we have in Cloughbawn, we have state-of-the-art floodlight system. So it's actually going to be using our own grounds, and you know, the floodlights are in position. They're there. We have them a couple of years. So we'll be playing right through the night under the floodlights and through the next day. It's actually it's funny. It's coinciding with nearly the longest day of the year, which is June the 21st.
Of course, that's right.
So hopefully we'll save a little bit on the island in that regard. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be played in the local Cloughbawn GAA pitch.
Yeah. Now, MJ, how many players are going to be on both sides, or is it an actual match from one goal to the next goal?
It is, Pat. Yeah, I mean, it's a full game, 15 on 15. We've been in touch with the Guinness Book of Records, and they've kind of dictated a few rules which we have to abide by in order to achieve the Guinness World Record. We can have 15 versus 15, and each side is allowed to have 8 subs. So there's 2 panels of 23 each. Now they're a mix of Cloughbawn players. We've using 3 of the adult teams, which is senior, junior, and UP. So it's a very much a club orientated event, and all the players are pulling their weight and going to get behind the wheel in this regard. It's played over 24 hours now. The part of the rules as well, Pat, is that we're allowed to have 5-minute break for every hour. So you can play for an hour, take a 5-minute break, or you can play for 3 hours and take, say, a 15-minute break, however we feel as the game progresses. It's going to be an endurance. It's going to be tough. I mean, certainly it's never been done before as a Guinness World Record, so that's kind of the nooks and crannies of it. We need to have witnesses there, Pat, at all times, obviously, to sign off statements, and there's evidence that we have then supplied to the Guinness World Record. So there's a lot of organising involved in it, but hopefully we have sponsorship cards, and we're trying to raise a few pounds.
Yeah. Now, MJ, the question, I suppose, is why are you doing this? You mentioned raising funds, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I mean, I mentioned earlier, Pat, we have state-of-the-art floodlighting system there. We also have a hurling wall. We've walking track. I suppose the club has done a lot of development in recent years. Now, behind that, there's a little bit of a bank loan there. So, and like all GAA clubs at the moment, Pat, they're I suppose trying to think of something different, to come up with something different where we can raise a few pounds. And you know, every little bit helps. I mean, it's not cheap to run a GAA club. So this is I suppose where the idea is coming from. And I mean, you know, it all helps.
Yeah. Now, MJ, is the game itself and the rules, is it similar to an ordinary GAA game? There'll be a referee there at all stages awarding frees against and for?
Oh, yeah. It's very same, Pat, as a normal game. We'll have a referee there at all times. Now, we have a couple of referees who will be trying to set up a rota throughout the 24 hours. But like that, frees, we'll be keeping the scores. So we'll have a winner at the end of the 24 hours. Yeah, I mean, certainly there's rules there. We can't stall the game, but we can't be faking injuries and staying on the ground for 10 minutes looking for a bit of a break or anything like that. So the substitutes you can use as often as you like. You can interchange those, but they just have to be recorded in a log.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's basically the rules of the game. I mean, it's the same as any normal game of hurling.
Yeah. Now, MJ, you mentioned there that it's going for a Guinness World Record. Are Guinness World Record people, have they any personnel in place to monitor the whole event?
The Guinness World Record team, I suppose, they're companies such as are based in the UK. There is cost involved for getting an adjudicator there on the day. Now, provided we have independent witnesses who we're kind of hoping to try to line up a few independent witnesses who can sign off and sign off a disclosure that, you know, they've seen the event take place. We'll also have video footage. We'll have a rolling camera there for the full 24 hours. So we'll have all the evidence there for them. So in that regard, there's no need for us to have. I mean, we can certainly pay for a Guinness adjudicator to come across, but it's an expense that we'll try and avoid if we can.
Of course, yeah. Now, MJ, you mentioned there it's there to make money. Now, how can people donate or sponsor you if they so desire?
Yeah, well, as I said, there's two panels of 23 players, which is bones of 46 to 50 people, and we have sponsorship cards going out into the domain. They're actively out there pursuing sponsorship. We'll also have details set up on our Facebook page. We've created a Facebook page which is Cloughbawn 24-hour Hurlathon. That's Cloughbawn 24-hour Hurlathon. If you search that, there'll be details there of how people, if they feel generous enough to donate to the cause. And also we'll be asking people to come along on the day. We'll have other events going on in conjunction with the hurling match. So we'll have barbecue going there for the Saturday afternoon. We'll have underage blitzes. We'll have as special guests, we're going to have a few surprise guests coming, maybe a few inter-county players, inter-county camogie players. We may have a few surprises up our sleeve in that regard as well. But people can come along on the day and feel free then to donate on the day at the ground. So there's numerous ways there where you can hopefully try around gathering a few pounds.
Of course. Now, MJ, obviously the lads in Cloughbawn GA Club have been in training for this. They're just not going to, turn up on the day and start playing hurling.
Well, no, I mean, certainly this idea came to fruition, I think, last year, Pat, and we kind of tried made a start at last year and it didn't come off. So this year now we've put the kind of wheels in motion earlier in the year, and there's a lot of work going in the background. But certainly the players are kind of all getting on board, they're getting excited about it. I mean, I'd say it's an achievement to get into the Guinness Book of Records. So they're all working hard, and I suppose attending training, I suppose, is the main thing from their part. So yeah, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, but we're looking forward to it.
Most certainly, I suppose. Well, as the story goes, nobody said it was going to be easy.
Exactly.
MJ, it is a novel idea. Has there been any other attempt at such a marathon hurling game, hurlathon, with regard to the Guinness World Record or Guinness Book of Records?
Certainly, Pat, we've been in touch with the Guinness World Records, and they haven't. There's no record set at the moment. Now, I've done a little bit of research on it. We've kind of found that there was a 24-hour hurling match somewhere down, possibly in Cork, but that it wasn't logged with the Guinness Book of Records, and I think they could have had a couple of hundred people playing throughout the 24 hours, so it wasn't actually within the criteria that the Guinness World Record would have liked. People would have heard for an hour and changed over then for an hour, so that to our knowledge is all that's been achieved so far. So
yours is a first, so to speak, then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, MJ, all I want to do is wish you the very best luck. Hopefully the weather will be very kind to you. It's a nice Friday night, and that's June the 22nd, so it'll be the day after the second longest day of the year, so hopefully the weather will be good. It'll be a bright night till 10 or half 10 at night, and there'll be an early sunrise as well, but I reckon the lads in Cloughbawn will be tired at the end of it.
I can imagine, yeah. It'll be tough work, as
most certainly will. Well, I suppose it's all about raising a few bob to keep clubs going, and that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
MJ, thanks for taking the call, and best wishes to you. And again, if anybody wants to get involved, any member of the club, I'm sure will look after anybody who wishes to sponsor a player, etc.
Exactly. And as I say, we'll have details on Facebook with updates throughout a couple of weeks as well. So
that's all right. MJ, as I said, thanks for taking the call, and best wishes to you.
Cheers.
MJ Furlong there from the Cloughbawn GA Club, who are looking forward to playing that 24-hour hurlathon in Cloughbawn as a fundraiser for the GA Club, and it's also going to be an attempt at the Guinness World Record. So best wishes to all the players out there in Cloughbawn. That takes place on Friday, June the 22nd, starting at 6 p.m. in the evening, and it will finish at 6 p.m. on Saturday, June the 23rd. Now, there's also been numerous other attractions taking place throughout the day, such as a barbecue, an underage blitz, face painting, and other special guests will be there on the day as well. That's it from part one of the programme.